Now to our coverage of the deadly and destructive LA County wildfires.
And the death toll has now gone up, but it's likely, officials say, that that number will go up many more times. We will see. Palisades fires burned nearly 20,000 acres and starting on Tuesday. The last update showed containment up to 6%. It is the largest fire burning in the area, followed by the Eaton fire. That one is burning in the community of Altadena. Crews at this point still have not gotten any containment on that one. Now, the Kenneth fire started yesterday. It's up to 960 acres in LA and Ventura counties, and there's no containment on that one. Meanwhile, the Hearst fire is up to 771 acres with 37% containment.
The Palisades fire is officially the most destructive fire in LA County history. Look at what's left, not much. Between it and the Eaton fire, officials estimate that at least 10,000 structures have been destroyed, including homes, schools, churches, synagogues, businesses, such as restaurants as well.
KCRA3's Melanie Wingo has been covering these fires since Wednesday. She's joining us again in Pacific Palisades. So Melanie, talk a little bit about what you're seeing today and what's happened overnight.
Right now we're along Pacific Coast Highway, as we have been for our live reports. This is where we have connectivity because obviously all of the infrastructure up the hill from where we are in the Pacific Palisades community is blown out. And we got a chance to take a look at all of the destruction yesterday. You know, this has been described in so many ways, but so many similar ways. People I've spoken with who lived in the area that is now flattened have called it a hellscape. They have called it a war zone. They said, one gentleman I spoke with said, I hate to use the term war zone because it's getting so cliche as it relates to the Palisades fire destruction. But he said there's really no other way to describe it. Apocalyptic is another term people have been throwing around as it relates to the damage and destruction, not just here on the Palisades fire, but also the Eaton fire and the other fires burning throughout Southern California. So it's been such an eye-opening experience to see just how much high-density destruction has happened. I think of the Camp Fire destruction because obviously, you know, so many thousands of homes were destroyed in the Camp Fire. This is similar in the nature of the fact that so many homes were in such a close proximity that's why so many were taken out. And it's not almost like some of the rural fires that we've covered in Northern California where the losses are great and severe, but perhaps not in the numbers that we are seeing here, Deirdre and Teo. It's just extraordinary to tour these areas and see what has been lost.
And you know, we've seen how intense those fires are, and we know that the number of homes and structures that have been destroyed went up again overnight, right?
It did, and when we first came into town, it was around the 1,000 mark. And now we're into the high 5,000 range of homes just on the Palisades fire here that have been lost. And when we think about what's lost, it's not just the structure itself. As I spoke with the neighbors who came back to try to see, did my home burn to the ground? They're talking about the community that's lost. And I believe, Deirdre, you brought this up yesterday, too. We're talking about a lifetime worth of memories that burn to the ground, but also the community, the people who love their school community, their churches, everything that's familiar to them and their neighbors are without so much because basically this community has gone down with the structures themselves. It's absolutely devastating. Again, a term that's been used so much, but it's really so true.
Yeah, and I think it's really, after a couple of days, really settling in for people just how much has changed and will change. Melanie, thank you. We'll join you again in our next half hour. Meanwhile, a firefighting aircraft from Canada hit a drone as it was over the Palisades fire. That crew had to land and are safe. It is a federal crime to interfere with firefighting efforts on public land. It is actually punishable by up to a year in prison. And we've seen entire air operations grounded during major wildfires because of people illegally flying drones. We'll continue following developments on the Southern California wildfires on air and on our KCRA app. Make sure you turn on those push alerts and you'll get the very latest news. A lot of people have been asking, how can I help? Well, you can scan the QR code there on your screen to donate. We are teaming up with the American Red Cross to help people who are impacted by the devastating fires burning across LA County. Your donation will support the victims with disaster relief and other humanitarian efforts.